kids.
This edition of Border Stories was produced by Tim Mansell. Penny Murphy's the editor of Assignment.
This is the BBC World Service, reporting on the impact of sand mining.
The Mekong River is being dredged for sand to fuel Cambodia's construction boom, and that comes at a cost.
In the last 5 years, I used to have a lot of fish, but now I cannot catch fish anymore.
Join me, Robin Markwell, as I assess the environmental and human impact.
Running out of sand, Saturday at 12 GMT, or listen now wherever you get your BBC podcasts. At bbcworldservice.com, the global jigsaw.
Gang violence has turned the small Caribbean nation of Haiti into what's been described as a living nightmare. Plans for a new Kenya-led security deployment have stalled amid a debate about how much of a help or hindrance foreign assistance is.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up after the news, join me, Marnie Chesterton, for Unexpected Elements, the show that brings you the science behind the news. This week, a drama from the world of Korean pop has us questioning the nature of fandom. Is it unreasonable to demand that your pop princess stays single? What are the plus points and pitfalls of being a fan of anything? We'll be delving into the animal world to see how the cuttlefish maintains a literal two-sided public persona. And I'll be fangirling one of my favourite physicists. They say never meet your heroes, so let's see just how awkward that gets. Also coming up, a new kind of magnet inches nuclear fusion one step closer to doable, and shock news as the price of chocolate goes up. We share a tale of how chocolate can make you thinner, or to be more accurate, how to use bad science to claim what you want to be true. That's all coming up after this.
Hello, I'm Roisin Hastie with the BBC News. Despite widespread international concern about the safety of civilians in Gaza's overcrowded Rafah city, Israel has announced plans to push ahead with an offensive against Hamas there. The Israeli military said such an assault was necessary to fully remove the group. It plans to move nearly 1.5 million displaced Palestinians in the city to what it described as humanitarian islands. Anna Foster reports from Jerusalem.
It's not clear what these humanitarian islands will look like or exactly how they'll operate, although Israel suggested they'd be provided with aid and temporary housing. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said he was yet to receive the details, but needed to see a plan to get civilians out of harm's way of any military operation in Rafah. Israel has repeatedly signalled its need for such an offensive, insisting Hamas can't be fully removed from Gaza without targeting Rafah.
Beijing has accused the US Congress of adopting the logic of a bandit after the House of Representatives voted to ban TikTok unless it's split from its Chinese parent company. American lawmakers say TikTok poses a security threat in the United States. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin rejected the charge and said the decision went against fair competition.
In recent years, although the United States has never found any evidence on TikTok's so-called threats to its national security, it still has never seized the suppression on TikTok. This kind of conduct, of resorting to bullying when failing to win in fair competition, disrupts normal business operations, frustrates international investors' confidence, and undermines the normal international economic and trade order.
Officials in Taiwan say its coast guards responded to a Chinese request for help in rescuing fishermen from a capsized boat close to a sensitive frontline island early on Thursday. The Chinese fishing boat overturned in waters close to the Taiwan-controlled island of Jinmen. Police in Zimbabwe have arrested a self-proclaimed apostolic prophet who kept over 250 undocumented children on his property who were allegedly used as cheap labour. Police said that Ishmael Chokorongora led a sect with more than 1,000 members at a farm in the capital, Harare. Here's our Africa editor, Will Ross.
Police in Zimbabwe have described Ishmael Chokorongora as a self-styled prophet who had more than 1,000 members in his sect on a farm near the capital, Harare. A statement said most of the children found there had no birth certificates and were not allowed to go to school. It also mentioned the unregistered burials of 7 infants. Video footage taken by local media during the raid showed women dressed in white complaining that the police in riot gear were taking away their children. One of the sect leaders tells a reporter that God forbids children going to school.
World News from the BBC. Russia has launched overnight drone attacks in several regions of Ukraine. In Kharkiv in the east, the governor said the target was television infrastructure. Ukraine's military says a total of 36 drones were fired and 22 shot down. The Russian-controlled Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant officials accused Ukraine's army of shelling an area close to diesel fuel tanks. Thailand's former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has appeared in public for the first time since being released early from a prison sentence for corruption and abuse of power. After visiting a temple in the capital Bangkok early on Thursday, he began a highly anticipated trip to the northern city of Chiang Mai, his hometown and traditional power base. A former member of Communist East Germany's Stasi secret police will go on trial in Germany today, charged with the murder of a Polish man 50 years ago. Identified only as Martin N., the 80-year-old is accused of shooting Czesław Kukucza in the back at a border crossing point between East and West Berlin in 1974. Wildlife officials on the Indonesian island of Sumatra have launched a search for at least 2 critically endangered tigers after 2 villagers were killed in recent attacks. 4 other people have been injured by the big cats in the past month. With more details, here's Richard Howells.
Sumatran tigers are exceptionally rare. It's thought there's only about 400 of the big cats in the wild, and 40 of them live in the Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park, where the search has been launched. A team of rangers, a vet and an animal behaviour expert are tracking the tigers and plan to set traps to catch the big cats. Local people have been told to keep away from the area to prevent any confrontation with the predators. Sumatran tigers are under threat from serious habitat loss and poaching. Their body parts are often used in traditional medicine.
BBC News.
At the end of 2021, COP26, the big climate change jamboree, came to the UK, the Scottish city of Glasgow. I went to cover it. Sadly, so did thousands of scientists, policymakers and journalists, all of which meant that every hotel in Glasgow was booked up. Work found us somewhere about an hour away, but luckily, some friends of friends generously put me up in their kids' bedroom, which was a shrine to Korean pop music. Wall-to-wall pics of K-pop bands. Now, my favourite musicians have mostly come from Scotland, so it made me laugh to see a Scottish kids' room plastered with heroes from the other side of the world. I'm Marnie Chesterton from the BBC World Service. This is Unexpected Elements. I'm joined by some Unexpected Elements pin-ups. In Bucharest, Romania, tech journalist Andrada Fiskutin. Welcome!
Bună, Mani!
And in Helsinki, editor-at-large of Environment magazine Grist, it's Tristan Artone. Howdy!
Onde, Baba.
Now, gang, I mentioned K-pop because it's been in the news this week, and this is the show that looks for the science behind the news. So, South Korean pop, it has a loyal fan base around the world, and K-pop fans are famously passionate about the music, but also about their idols. And recently, one of the scene's biggest stars, Karina from the band aespa, had to apologise to fans who said she betrayed them by secretly having a boyfriend.
Karina apologised and promised to heal the wounds she's inflicted.
She started very solemnly. She said, "I'm sorry to have startled you," and she wants to work harder to not let the fans down.
This ideal celebrity, very focused on their work, very focused on their fans. It's not really about personal relationships.
Just a decade ago, it was common practice for K-pop agencies to ban stars from having relationships to avoid upsetting fans.
When she revealed the relationship, fans even drove to the offices of her agency with a billboard that read, "Is the love given to you by your fans not enough?" Andrada, Tristan, are you familiar with either K-pop or the loyalty that comes from those fans?
A little bit, and my understanding here is that it feels like there was a lot of pressure put on her to apologize, and she apologized for something normal.
Right, because, these are people who purportedly adore her, so there should be enough love to go round. That's what I think. So, K-pop fans can also be a force for good. Can I just mention, do you know BTS?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so the BTS army are a global legion of fans for K-pop group BTS who focus their efforts not only on the catchy songs, but also on driving social change. And they can, through their mass fan power, raise millions of dollars if they want to. And they also do things like flooding white supremacist hashtags. So if people are looking for more information on that topic, what they'll actually get is short edited videos about the BTS band. Andrada, should we move things on to another type of fandom? What's your weakness?
We should. I grew up watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and it made me curious about the universe and the stars. But what I like the most is that it creates a better future, a future in which humanity has overcome its differences and everyone works together to explore the space and create a better world. And it's a world in which cooperation prevails over conflict.
Okay, so sci-fi utopia, which is generally unusual. There's a lot of dystopias around.
Yeah, and what really inspires me is the way the show blends technology with human values. And Star Trek is very hopeful. It deals with ethical dilemmas, with moral dilemmas. It touches on topics like AI, genetic engineering, human rights, and the way a society can function without money, and also features characters with different backgrounds and genders. And the tech side of it is also amazing. Many devices that we are using today were inspired by Star Trek, including tablet PCs and even 3D printers.
Well, thanks, Andrada. Tristan, over to you. Anything that you'd say you're a super fan of?
Sleep, mainly. But during my waking hours, I'm a fan of zines. And I guess first, the word zine comes from the term fanzine, which is short for fan magazine. And I think the link here to Andrada's fandom of Star Trek is that zines are sort of thought to have their roots in science fiction. They really kind of began to blossom in the 1920s and 30s. And this is obviously pre-internet days in which small handmade zines could create networks of people who could share their own zines with their own ideas, and they could collaborate. So they really have a very radical feel right from the get-go, sort of bypassing publishers and allowing a free flow of information.
I'm noticing a kind of nice link here between your fandom passions and your actual day jobs, because, Tristan, you work for a magazine, and Andrada, you're a tech journalist. So any coincidence going on here?
I don't think that it is a coincidence. I feel that the things that you see on TV or you read about when you're a child are going to stay with you throughout your entire life.
What a lovely note, Andrada. So this week we're exploring the science of fandom and other things inspired by the K-popers and their possibly concerning levels of loyalty. Now, of course, loyal fandom goes way back before K-pop, before Star Trek. And here's Dan and Katie to tell us more with this week's Fact File.
Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me.
Hey, Katie, I've saved you a seat.
Oh, thanks, Dan. What's going on?
Well, Unexpected Elements FC are 3-0 up already. Marnie Chesterton scored a hat-trick in the first 10 minutes.
Whoa, the fans are up for it today, aren't they? It's like the Colosseum in here.
Is that the stadium we're going to for the away game next week?
No, it's where the gladiators used to fight in ancient Rome. Fans used to form huge emotional bonds with their favourite fighters and cheer during the matches, wave banners, they'd even write poetry about them.
Well, you do hear some pretty interesting poetry with some of the chants here. The fans can hold a tune, though.
Well, music fans can be pretty intense too. Do you know about List Fever?
Is that getting excited about a new playlist?
Not quite. The Hungarian composer Franz Liszt used to get such a hysterical reaction from his fans in the 1840s. They called it Liszt Fever, or Listomania. Fans would fight over his handkerchiefs and gloves, try to get locks of his hair, and some of his admirers would apparently even carry around glass vials with his coffee dregs in them.
Oh wow, even this
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from Sendwave. Sendwave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With Sendwave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. And the best part is, Sendwave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use Sendwave? Sendwave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about Sendwave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386. And they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram Pram, Sopoli, Rohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Landslide in the Philippines 60 hours after she was buried.
Caroline Davis is in Lahore.
They had an electoral symbol of the cricket bat, of course. And
How to use bad science to claim what you want to be true. We ask whose views matter most when it comes to climate justice, and why can rats climb seemingly impossible surfaces. We'll also be looking at the latest from nuclear fusion and asking, are we nearly there yet? That plus other unexpected elements coming up shortly.
With the BBC News, I'm Roisin Hasty. Despite widespread international concern about the safety of civilians in Gaza's overcrowded Rafah city, Israel has announced plans to push ahead with an offensive against Hamas there. The Israeli military plans to move nearly 1.5 million displaced Palestinians in the city to the middle of the Gaza Strip. The Chinese government has criticised a vote in the US Congress that could see TikTok banned in the country. It's accused the House of Representatives of using the logic of a bandit. Washington has security concerns about the use of data by TikTok's Chinese owner, ByteDance. Police in Zimbabwe have arrested a self-proclaimed apostolic prophet who kept over 250 undocumented children on his property, allegedly for use as cheap labour. Police said that Ishmael Chokorongerwa led a sect with more than 1,000 members in Harare. Russia has launched overnight drone attacks in several regions in Ukraine. In Kharkiv in the east, the governor said the target was television infrastructure. Ukraine's military says a total of 36 drones were fired and 22 shot down. Russia has refused to comment on a hammer attack in Lithuania on a close aide to the late Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Leonid Volkov was assaulted outside his home in Vilnius on Tuesday. Lithuania's president, Gitanas Nausėda, blamed Russia and said nobody was afraid of President Putin. The British government has unveiled a new definition of extremism which will be used to identify groups to be cut off from official grants and support. Critics say the measure threatens freedom of speech, worship and peaceful protest. A former member of Communist East Germany's Stasi secret police has gone on trial in Germany charged with the murder of a Polish man 50 years ago. The 80-year-old is accused of shooting Czesław Kukuczka at a border crossing between East and West Berlin. BBC News.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06 386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Rohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Starr Radio UK and the morning show.
UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, hello, good morning, and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Today is the 14th day of March, the year 2024, with a time now exactly at 10:45, and it is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Thank you very much for your tolerance, because as I've said for the past few days, Yes, couple of weeks that I've been under the weather. You've managed to be with me all this while, doing all that you got to do to make sure that the program goes on very well. But the one that I have to sing praises to the most, apart from the most High God, is my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, who sees to everything, making sure that by the time I get in, everything is ticking along nicely. Everything is virtually running perfectly the way it's supposed to be. But we are here this morning, and of course, from now to exactly 12 o'clock, once again, just trying to get myself in. So we'll do that, and hopefully next week we'll be able to give you full trotter. Yes? But for now, we'll have to enjoy that, call it the 12 o'clock program. Okay? Yes. Okay, so let me say good morning to Bishop Adesina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz, good morning to you. Olakunle, good morning. Moyiwa, good morning to you as well. Tosino, good morning to you. And a special good morning also goes to the one and only. Who am I talking about here? Yes, the one and only Pastor Momo. Pastor Momo, wherever you are, massive good morning to you. Kojo D, good morning. To Mr. Laimi Koiki, good morning to you, of course. Thank you very much for all your support for the period. And then as many of you who join us on the Starr Radio UK platform, I've not acknowledged you. Let me acknowledge you. Let me say massive good morning to you. Reverend Michael Esiama, massive good morning to you as well. And then to Mrs. Elom Esiama. Yes, Minister Elom Esiama, you're doing very, very well. God richly bless you. And to Kojo D, Felix all the way in Aberdeen, and as many of you who continue to listen to us, the faithful ones. Really, good morning to you. Mr. Malik Dramani Mahama, good morning to you. Yes. Baby Bossman, massive good morning. Vicky, hope you are all doing good. All right then, let's crack on. Yes, my sincere apologies, a bit of a cough there. But you know what? From now till exactly 12 o'clock, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to bring you the course of the day, the weather forecast. We'll follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. We continue from thence, and then we'll look at some of the details of the stories making the rounds. At 11:30, I'll open the lines for you to add your voice to the discussions, and then we'll continue from there until 12 o'clock when I bring the curtains down for the end of the program. In a gist, that's what's going to happen. Once again, welcome to the program. Starr Radio UK. Do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones, and invite them to like our pages as well. Now, the quote for the day says, if the foundation is not well built, the building has little hope of surviving in the midst of challenges. So the foundation is very, very important. And it's your building or whatever idea or whatever thing that you are planning to do, build on a good foundation. If you don't have that, then boy, go back and sort that out before you put that high-rise building, and all your dreams will come crashing down. You don't want that, do you? Okay, then let's move on straight to the weather front. What has the weather got in stock for us today? It's been quite kind of warm, I'm not very sure of whatever it is. But for London and the sides of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. In the afternoon, thicker cloud and a few showers will move in from the west, a rather mild day and breezy. Tonight we'll see scattered showers push in from the west in places with largely cloudy skies and just the odd clearer spells in places. Another mild night expected as well. It's going to be staying breezy. And when it comes to the top of the temperature, it's 16 degrees, very mild. The lower is going to be 11 degrees. UV level is moderate. Pollution is low. Sunset is 18:05, and sunrise for tomorrow morning is going to be 06:16 hours. Let me say good morning once again. That is the weather forecast for you. But that then takes us straight to the travel updates. And what have I got for you, man? All right then. So only those of you using the underground this morning in London, well, the Metropolitan line has got part suspension and severe delays. No service between Baker Street and Oxbridge, Amersham, Watford and Chesham due to a signal failure at Harrow on the Hill. And London Underground tickets will be accepted on Chiltern Railways and local buses. Severe delays on the rest of the line though. Then on the Northern line as well, there are minor delays due to an earlier 40 train in Tooting Broadway. That aside, all the others are running a good service. DLR, London Tram Link, yes, good service there. London Overground has also got a few issues. Severe delays between Willesden Junction and Stratford following a late finish of engineering works. Good service on all other routes. London Overground routes. London Overground are accepting valid tickets. Okay, London Underground are accepting valid tickets. So if you're having a problem, you can hop on those ones. When it comes to the the major roads in London, I can tell you that on the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. Also on the river bus, good service throughout. The London Cable Car is also running a good service, but that brings us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated. Now, Avanti West Coast, Grand Central, Great Western Railway, Island Line, Northern Rail, ScotRail, Southern, Transport for Wales have all got minor delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. And that is where I will bring the update to close this morning for you wherever you are. And let me say it this way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the road.
Never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go global trotting. Then after that, I'll bring you some music for this morning. So wherever you are, don't tag the dial. But do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones, and invite them to like our pages. Nigerian kidnappers are demanding $620,432 dollars for release of school hostages, and local authorities say. And then CBN begin indirect intervention, releases 100 billion naira fertilizer to ministry, and reps worried over rising cases of oil, gas, and pipeline destruction as over 4.3 trillion naira crude oil is stolen in 5 years. Now, Biru emerges chairman of Southern Senators Forum, and Nigerian government differs with OPEC on crude oil production data. Nigeria is to issue new Eurobond by June, and reps summon Dangote, Bua, and others over cement price hikes. Well, they are not hiking it. It's the price of the dollars. Now, the oil sector crisis, reps decry rising cases of pipeline, as I did say earlier on. And border reopening, CGI directs personnel to resume duty. So, we're going to be telling you more about all that in a moment, but wherever you are, just stay tuned. Moving on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning as well. Cameroon government deems 2 opposition groups illegal and issues a warning ahead of 2025 election. A statement from the Territorial Administration Minister for Paul Atanga Inji on Tuesday named the Political Alliance for Change and other party as illegal. Okay? Illegal groups, and therefore we'll be looking into that. And Kenya puts deployment of police to Haiti on hold after the serious crisis that have gone on in there. Okay? And then some other stories as well. Okay, moving on straight to some other stories. In Ghana as well, Ghana card number issuance to newborns to eliminate missing babies, football age margins. That's what a group is saying. You have somebody who is like me. I said I'm 25 and I'm playing football. So now they recruit me and I play for one weekend and I'm tired. What do you think about that? Well, it does happen, you know. Well, because they don't keep good records. Therefore, people are able to manipulate anything. Now, JB murder case, sexy Don seriously sick, prison officers to court. The next moment, I bet you they're going to say he's died. Now, continuation of the murder trial of Daniel Esiedu, affectionately called Sexy Don, has been truncated after the High Court in Accra was informed that the first accused is seriously vomiting. Esiedu, who is standing trial for the murder of JB Dankwa. ECG to disconnect administrative blocks of 91 indebted hospitals. And the Chief Justice, Gertrude Saki Tokonu, has said Member of Parliament for Boko Central, Mahama Ayariga, will be slapped with a cost if he continues to be absent from court the case that is there. So let's see what happens on that front as well. A few stories coming from Ghana. And arrest warrant issued for a woman who labeled Ochehene and others as are they gangsters or what? I'll be telling you more about that as the program goes on. Well, respect, Abby. Okay. Then to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Yes, Rosenberg, Russia stage managed elections in Borovsk. Steve Rosenberg looks at Russia's Putin wants you to see and Russia in reality. Yes, he's their victor. He is their champion. So they will support him, of course, because when it comes to information war, yes, so that's what they use. They just try to make sure that you sensitize your people, make them think in a particular way. Yes, so it's a way of using information to do it. If you get people to think that you are Jesus Christ, well, it gets on nicely. If you are not able, they turn against you. They think that you are the devil. So, well, the West would turn him as a devil, but in his own camp or the East, they think that he is an angel. What about that? Well, we have leadership who are in the West who are also devils and all stuff. I've not mentioned anybody's name, have I? A U.S. House passes bill that could ban TikTok nationwide. I'll be telling you more about that. And Dutch anti-Islam populist wilders abandons Prime Minister's bid. Okay, we'll see about that. Hundreds rescued from Philippines love scam center. Now, the other time I did watch a documentary, me and my documentaries, and there was this a place in Philippines. Yes, Philippines. What is the other place? Vietnam, one of them, where people go and Japanese especially, or South Koreans. They go in South Koreans. My apologies. The South Koreans go get married. So they arrange arranged marriage. I saw the person came in. From the documentary that same day, the person looked at the person, think, okay, yeah, I think I can fall in love with the person maybe later on. And then they had a wedding, and then so the next moment they're going to prepare the documentation, and they'll take that person away. But well, so what is happening? For hundreds of people to be rescued from a Philippine love scam center. I will tell you more about all that in a moment. Now, in the UK front, Abbott hits out at racism in politics after Donald row is going on, and government unveils new extremism definition. Groups falling under the new definition will be barred from government funding and meeting officials. Okay, going to be bringing you that. Boy admits killing schoolgirl at London bus stop. You remember that? Here in Crowding. Okay, we'll tell you more about all that as the program goes on. But for now, we're going to be taking some music. This, once again, after a quick commercial, and we'll be having Edith Morrison bringing you some nice tune there as well. So stay tuned. Don't you go away. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK.
It is Morrison's Onyame Yekasi worship track goes viral. a Ghanaian gospel super hop and the typical Ghanaian released track for Nyame Yekasi.
Everything I need, I have in you. You're my shepherd, I shall not want. Everything that I need, I have in you. You're my shepherd, I shall not want.
Well, that has been Edith Morrison saying Onyamiye, Onyamiye. That means God is good. God has been good, hasn't he? Yes, of course. With everything that has gone on, the fact that you are alive, well and kicking, I say it all the time. It takes the grace of God to do so. And therefore, we are grateful to God for all that, of course. But wherever you are this morning, just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's now gone exactly 6 minutes past the top of the hour. Yeah, you don't see me. Don't worry, you'll be seeing me. Here am I. Here am I. Okay then. Now, let's go into some of the details of some of the stories that we put across this morning. Yes, starting from Nigeria, we normally do. Now, we did talk about the story where kidnappers, yesterday, one Islamic scholar was calling on the government to, give him the chance to go negotiate. With the kidnappers for the release of the victims. However, information coming through is that these kidnappers are demanding up to about $625,000. So, if you go, as I was saying yesterday, if government goes negotiating with these people, and then, yes, they are giving something, they know for sure that whatever happens, all that they need to do is to capture or kidnap some people, and just a matter of time where government will say, you know what, yes, let's give them something, and then let them release them. So, I don't think it's going to serve as a deterrent to kidnappers. So, what do you think the government has to do pertaining to this? What do you think the government is going to do pertaining to this? Sometime, was it early part of this week as well, we had one of the governors also calling, one of the northern governors calling on the president to make sure that the borders are open to ease the food shortage, because the importation, those that were coming from various, let me put it, not various, from Benin, Republic of Benin, is something, if it comes in, we have the rice and all those, it will ease the food shortage, and the prices of food will now begin to drop. But as to whether government is going to do that or not, well, the Nigeria Border Immigration Board has been directed personnel to resume duty immediately with the borders that are going to be open. So let's see, is it a call or that the presidency has listened to the cry of some of the governors who are saying the best way forward in the interim is to open the borders. Well, we had Buhari, who at the time decided to shut the borders from Benin. And yes, those are the ones that were shut. Well, what do you think about all that? More going to be coming your way from there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, what do you think about natural medicine? Well, at times you see how primitive some of them are, the way they'll be going about. It's just going to take some herbs and then put it together nicely. But the way they'll be doing something and then all those things, that makes you think, Do I really need to or want to take this? But well, the federal government is set to restore glory of natural medicine. And I'll be telling you more about that. Of course, when you look at all the various medicines that we use here, it's all derived from, or you look at it and it has contents. I mean, the nutrients or the chemicals that have been used are extracts from all these, or those that have been created in the lab to get things like that. So, to get the medicine that we use, the orthodox medicines that we use. So, let's see what is going to happen there. Maybe your tummy is hurting. I tell you, I'm going to give you some traditional. This is shake it a bit and then I give it to you and then you drink it. And but so far I've not put on some native clothing and then made my head some wavy and my eyes some wavy. I think that would do. What do you think? Well. Lots more going to be coming your way from there. So stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Paul Biya says the Cameroonian government has described two political groups seeking to create opposition coalition illegal. I'm going to bring you all the details on that. But now, let's kick off from Nigeria, as I said. Now, gunmen who kidnapped 286 students and staff from a school in northern Nigeria last week have demanded a total of 1 billion naira for their release. A spokesman for the families of the hostages and a local councillor told Reuters. The school children, some older students, and members of the school staff were abducted on March 7 in the town of Kuriga in Nigeria's northwestern Kaduna state. The first mass kidnapping in the country since 2021. Jibril, a community leader who acts as a spokesman for the families of the hostages, said he had received a call on his phone from the kidnappers on Tuesday. They made a total of a 1 billion ransom demand. 1 billion naira ransom demand for the people, students, and staff of the school, Aminu said. They gave an ultimatum to pay the ransom within 20 days, effective from the date of the kidnap. They said they will kill all the students and the staff if the ransom demand is not met. Idris Ibrahim, an elected official for the Kuriga Ward Municipal Council, confirmed ransom demand and the amount. Yes, the kidnappers called the community through Jibril Aminu number and made the demand, he said. They called from a hidden number, but the authorities are working on getting the number, Ibrahim told Reuters. Now, he added that the security forces were taking adequate measures to secure the release of the students. Samuel Aruwan, Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs in Kaduna State, did not immediately respond to the request for comments about by news network about the kidnappers' demand. A spokesperson for President Bola Tinubu and the army also did not respond to requests for comments. The country's information minister Mohammed Idris told reporters on Wednesday that Tinubu's position on the kidnappings in Kuriga was that security forces to secure the hostages released without any payment to the kidnappers. That'll be a good one. But what about if that causes them to lose their loved one? Okay? And they decide, you know what? I didn't actually the government didn't adhere to that, and therefore we are not doing anything about that. But well, moving on. Now, the months after the Central Bank of Nigeria halted direct intervention in the economy, the Monetary Authority has allocated 2.15 million bags of fertilizer valued at 100 billion naira to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security for distribution to farmers. The CBN Governor Olayemi Cardozo made an announcement yesterday at the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in the presence of the Minister Abubakar Kyari, Minister of State Sabi Abdullah, and Minister of Budget and National Planning Atiku Bugudu. He said, we announced the allocation of 2.15 million bags of fertilizer valued at about 100 billion naira being handed over to the Ministry of Agriculture. Now, this contribution by the CBN is aimed at amplifying food production capabilities and fostering price stabilization within the agricultural sector and ultimately curbing food inflation and fortifying the pursuit of ensuring price stability, he said. The Apex Bank, on the assumption of office, stopped direct interventions in the economy but noted that the authority was ready to partner with critical institutions to support growth. At yesterday's announcement, Cardoso said the contribution by the CBN was aimed at amplifying food production capabilities and fostering price stabilization within the agricultural sector. My team and I reiterate our unwavering commitment to prioritizing price stability and installing confidence in Nigeria's economy by upholding consumer price stability and ensuring a balanced foreign exchange market. For a long time, intervention by the Apex Bank in the agriculture sector has been independently done by the bank with little or no input from the parent ministry. The malady, according to stakeholders, is the reason most farmers have not been benefiting from the gesture. Now, Cardoso said the central bank has collaborated with the Ministry of Agriculture with the shared objective of mitigating the surge in food prices and in alignment with a strategic shift towards focusing on the CBN fundamental mandate. The question is, the CBN, I don't know whether they had a mandate. We have the agriculture ministry. Why is the money, the government not getting the money for the agriculture ministry to do that work? Why is the CBN the ones, where did they get that money from? Are you catching my drift? Okay, maybe it's from profits that they've made. But again, the question is, giving this amount of fertilizers to the farmers. Now, when the farmers go to their farms, they have a situation where they are being pursued. They are being pursued. They have people, actually, herdsmen, pursuing them, destroying their farms and everything. So what can they do about that? Okay, let's move on whilst we bring you that. The Nigerian Immigration Service has rejected to the directive from the federal government ordering the opening of borders with the Republic of Niger. The NIS Comptroller General Kemi Nadab has ordered controllers to totally comply with the President Bola Tinubu's directive. Nadab assured the public that the Immigration Service will uphold the integrity and security of the Nigerian borders. But the issue is it the Niger border that needs to be opened or the Benin border that has to be opened? Which one benefits the country the most? I'm not against the fact that the Nigeria and Nigerian borders are open. No, I'm not against that fact. But if we want to quickly, there's a need for us to do that, why not the Benin border? Because that one brings in the food. Unless, of course, people in Niger are also farming in maybe some food stuff, and therefore they also export their foodstuffs to Nigeria for sale. If they do that, fine. But to mitigate the hunger and food shortage, I think that the best bet is to open the Benin border first. Okay, listeners, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Just bear with me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Abiru has emerged chairman of the Southern Senators Forum, chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. Mikael Adito Kunbu Abiru has been elected as the chairman of the Southern Sector Senators Forum. Abiru took over from Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele, who had been the chairman of the forum since the 9th Assembly. Abiru, who spoke after his emergence following a meeting of senators from the Southwest, South, and the Southeast, said they would partner with the Northern Senators Forum to move the country forward. This forum, in the quote, he said, the Southern Senators Forum is to champion the cause of Nigeria and Nigerians. We will work together with the Northern Senators Forum to move the country forward, Abiru said. According to him, they will swing into action and roll out plans for the betterment of the region and Nigeria, adding that the last leadership has transferred power to them. The last leadership has transferred power to us. We've been running the forum as if we don't exist. Okay, the current leader of the Senate was the leader of the Southern Senator Forum. He was too engaged in other issues, but we now have new leadership, which is headed by me, Abiru. So, how is that going to augur for the whole of the South? The South. Let me put it that way. We have the Yorubas who are mitigating, thinking that, well, they want out of Nigeria. We have the Southeast, the Igbos, where IPOB is saying that we think that we are being marginalized and therefore we also want out. So how are they going to see to that? Are they ones who are going to be calling for the presidency to stop the pursuit of the IPOB and also release Nnamdi Kanu for peace and listen to prevail in that part of the world? What do you think about all that? Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One final story from Nigeria before we move on to other parts of the world at 11:21. The federal government and the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, have disagreed on Nigeria's average daily crude oil production. Beginning in Abuja on Wednesday at a podcast hosted by Ruth Costard in collaboration with Ballard Partners of USA, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said that Nigeria's oil production is, let me take it again, that Nigeria's oil production increased to 1.6 million barrels per day from 1.25 million barrels per day in June 2023. He said the country's oil production has increased to 1.65 million barrels per day. Now, while OPEC put the nation's production to 1.32 million per day in February 2024, the prices are still elevated. As you know, in June 2023, the oil production and sales were roughly 1.25. Now it's up to 1.65 barrels per day. That is one source of bringing in dollars and revenue into the government coffers. That is non-inflationary, he said. Meanwhile, in its monthly oil market report released on Wednesday, OPEC reported that Nigeria's average crude oil production dropped to 1.32 million barrels per day in February. According to OPEC, the oil output figure represents 105,000 barrels per day, or 7.36% decrease from the 1.42 million per day recorded in January. OPEC said the production data was based on direct communication with Nigerian authorities. Now, OPEC said Libya is Africa's second largest producer with 1.17 million barrels per day, followed by Algeria with 906,000 barrels per day. So where lies Ghana as well? I think they are producing maybe some 100,000 below. Well, another story is talking about the fact that I think I might have missed that one, but it was talking about crude oil theft in Nigeria, and that seemed to be worrying lots of people in that part of the world, because they're talking about the fact that up to about how many billion of naira, maybe 5 point something billion naira is being is lost through crude theft. But the question is, who are involved in. Okay. Yeah, let me try to bring you that. I'll bring you that one and then we'll move on to other parts. Now, the House of Representatives have described. The House of Representatives has decried the recurring destruction of oil and gas pipelines in the country, the persistent lack of transparency in the operation and regulatory activities in the sector. Alhassan Adodogowa, chairperson, Special Committee on Oil Theft, condemned the act at a meeting with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited in Abuja. The engagement was to unravel the root cause of oil theft in the country and the possible solution to stop the menace. Mr. Dogowa said it had been established and a common knowledge that operating oil and gas pipelines in Nigeria constituted a Herculean challenge. It's saddening to note that these infrastructure do not stop where the pipelines. Daily breaches are also recorded at the oil wells heads, flow stations, loading and export terminals, among others, he said. He said that the opacity and non-transparency of regulatory activities at the nation's crude oil export terminals were alarming. We are compiling the facts and figures, instances where approvals are hastily granted to vessels involved in crude theft just to cover official complicity, he said. And coincidence of the undeclared liftings are noted, and all these and several other infractions, particularly in other offshore marine environment, contribute to the huge volume of crude oil theft being reported, he added. Mele Kayari, the group managing director of NNPLC Limited, said no fewer than 9,000 infractions on its pipeline was recorded in 1 year. He said between 2022 to date, the corporation had deactivated 6,465 illegal refineries, while 4.876 illegal connections to a pipeline were removed out of 5,570 that were discovered. Some of the scale of the infractions that we see is unbelievable. We are not able to deal with it. When you remove one connection, the next day in the same location, someone will replace it. It is obvious that the crude oil theft is almost an end-to-end issue in Nigeria. It is very obvious that everyone is involved. And who are you talking about, everyone? In most of these locations, they are less than 100 meters from the settlement. Some are even less than 100 meters from the local government headquarters, he said. He noted that notwithstanding the distance, the evils were being perpetrated unabated, noting that this had made it impossible to guarantee the production and would happen the next day. He said the key issue had been security, saying NNPC had moved to curtail the menace of pipeline vandals by incorporating oil security agencies into the single platform, including private security. According to him, no country surrenders the protection of such critical assets, which are our source of income, to non-state actors. Now, NAN reports that the federal government says more than 4.3 trillion naira worth of crude oil was stolen in 7,143 pipeline vandalism cases within a period of 5 years. And that is quite interesting. But this is a whole state. This is a whole country. So if those inhabitants of that particular area are saying, now, you know what, we think that we are not being treated fairly. Because why? For you to, fix a whole pipeline to siphon or steal crude to that magnitude, it's not child's play. It's not something that you and I will just go and take something. No. This is a proper organized crime that is taking place. But the question is, what support is government giving to those people? Because, if you want to stop somebody from stealing, okay, what do you do? If the person, we have those who will still, though, in spite and despite the fact that they've got everything, they still have food in their mouth, they'll go and steal something that they don't actually need. Okay, that is a different ballgame. What term is used for that? Yes, I want you to tell me. Okay, now, Now, we have another group that is because of desperation that they are behaving that way. So if they have a stream of income coming in, that will stop them. They will not go to that path because they know that what they are doing is a crime or it's risky. Yet they have to go because desperate situation calls for desperate measures. And that seems to be what happens. So what do you think? What do you think the government can do about it? And if their community are saying that, well, with the destruction of our environment there and everything, we think that it's about time that maybe we want out or to seek redress, I mean, then people go against them. I don't know. I don't get that. But, well, this is where I bring that update to a close. But one more. Now, what do you think about natural medicine? Would you take that? Now, the Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency on Thursday said the federal government is on the path of restoring the glory of natural medicine. The Director General of the NMDA, Professor Martin Emeje, made this known in an interview with some news network at the ongoing Science, Technology and Innovation Expo taking place in Abuja. He said that before colonialism, Nigerians used natural medicine to cure all manner of illness and diseases. Now, he added that with the coming of foreign products, including medicines, Nigeria developed taste and patronized such goods over locally made ones. He, however, disregarded the belief that natural medicines are old and overtaken by advancement in technology. According to him, technology is an aid that is helping to modify the study, processing and packaging of natural medicines. Now, he also said that the renewed hope agenda of the federal government is focused on building a better Nigeria where the common man will benefit from the nation's socio-economic development. He said, our vision is to see how Nigerians can begin to believe in themselves first, because convincing people that the foreign drugs are also from plants is not the issue. We need to tell people that what we have thrown away, this government is bringing it back. But that's why I asked the question that, would you want to go use natural medicine knowingly and knowing that, look, the person who is going to administer that medicine or going to give you that has come in and has done something and has put some powder on themselves and they're doing all those things, and then they will come and then the dosage that they are giving to you, I mean, you don't know whether even the other medicine that they are giving to you will how the reaction, whether it's going to be reacting with that one and how it's going to impact you. So we've not actually gone into the development, scientific development of these medicines. And therefore, when people see, I mean, if my head is hurting, I have headache, and then I know that, well, I have paracetamol here, in the studio. We have our first aid box. So if I take paracetamol and then if I want to chew it or I have the soluble one, I put it in water, then I drink it, I take it up, and then the next moment it starts to work. But maybe you have some herbal thing. But the way we do it, oh my goodness. But if advancement can help, why not? That'd be a good industry as well. Why not? I remember back in the day in Ghana, we had Drobo. He was was it a fetish priest or Nana Drobo, they called him. Yeah, he died because he came out to say that he's found a cure for HIV. And they flew him overseas. I don't know whether he went to Germany or to the UK or something. And when he came back later on, somebody shot him. Now, was it true that he had come out with a solution to that? And that they didn't want him to progress? I mean, so that, all these big pharmaceutical companies and people who have invested so much in there think that, well, you do that, that means that you spoil our business and stuff like that. So, are we going to encourage our people? Are we going to come out with something that is good, packaging good, and the presentation good, and the people can patronize it? Where our scientists, we have scientists there. Yes, they sit in the labs. What do? Can they look into it and see whether the potency and the side effect, how long dosage, and all that stuff? Because depending on our ages and our genetic makeup, we have a way that when we take medicines, how many that we have to take and all those things. But I don't know. What do you think about all that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. 11:34, as I did say, but the program will be brought to a close exactly at 12 o'clock. Just to make sure that my voice is still there, struggling a bit there. But hey, I am here. What about that? I'm going to make sure that you enjoy all the rest of the program. Now, moving on straight to the African front as well. Let me bring you what is happening in Cameroon. The Cameroonian government had described two political groups seeking to create opposition coalition as illegal. A statement from the Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atanga Nji on Tuesday named the Political Alliance for Change, that's the APC, and the Alliance for Political Transition in Cameroon, the ATP, and described them as no political parties under the law. The statement also expressed concerns over pseudo associations ahead of the 2025 presidential election. The minister recalled that only legally recognized political parties have the right to exercise political activities at the national level and ordered the ban on any demonstrations associated with these associations. So how do political parties or how are political parties formed in that part of the world? Can I just be there and say, okay, I formed a Starr Radio UK political party without registering it? Okay, so if these groups have, that's the APC, the Alliance of Change, and the APT, they say APT, and in their acronym they put ATP. I don't know what, might be a typo. So it's APT. Okay, APT, as I said, Alliance for Political Transition. Now, if both parties have been registered, they are a registered political party in that country. Why can't they run for the election? Because they can decide to say that, look, we are going into an alliance. So instead of we fielding this this leader, we'll field. Both parties fielding their own presidential candidate. We're going to decide that we're going to field only party A is going to field their candidate, and then we'll all support it. So that could be done. But I don't know why they've also sat down for all this while. When the election is going to be taking place, for them to getting close to when the election is going to kick off, and then they say, you know what, our campaign is going to kick off, and they say, you know what, now we've also formed an alliance, and this is what we're going to be doing. For sure, if the government thinks that their power is at stake, the government will do anything possible to destroy that, and that is exactly the step that they've taken. So Olivia Biles, spokesperson for the APT, took note of the decision while noting confusion and exaggerations in the minister's comment while the APC dismissed the statement, calling it curious threat which indicates panic. The alliance said it was ready to face the election victoriously next year. Now, if you are not given the chance to run for the election, where or how do your people even go vote for you? And we know Paul Biya has been in power since Abraham or Adam. I don't know which one is appropriate. And they are there. They are still the ones who have got the most brilliant ideas. Yet, you look at Cameroon and you ask yourself the question, what more can they do? We have the western side of the northwest and the southwest of Cameroon, where there is lots happening, where the Amazonia people are calling for a separation from the French-speaking Cameroon. But they also think they are being maligned or they are being marginalized. Okay, so led by a former deputy John Michel Ninchu, the APC was set up in December at the Congress of the leading opposition movement for the Renaissance of Cameroon, that's MRC, which backed Maurice Kamto for president in the ballot in the 2018 ballot. Kamto came second and called Biya re-election a fraud. He was jailed without trial the following year after staging peaceful protests. Now, the movement boycotted legislative elections in 2018 and over the next 2 years saw 700 of its supporters imprisoned, including Kamto. International NGOs accuse the regime of President Paul Biya, who has ruled for more than 41 years, of the systematically suppressing opposition. You know, when I look at stories like this and I look at what happened in Libya, every time I'm going to use that, because I talked about the fact that we have friends who had lived in Libya and they were telling you how good their system was. How good. There was nobody who lacked a place to sleep. No. And at the time, I remember, they said when, like if I'm going to get married, I get my wife, and then when we're having the wedding, they give us a flat or a house to go and live in. You don't pay for it. You don't pay for hospital. You don't pay school fees. I mean, virtually, the state was doing everything. So we have Gaddafi doing everything. But what they were saying, what they were agitating or pushing people to do was that, you know what? Yes, because you people, you don't have the chance to choose your own leaders. So you need to get rid of him. And they agitated, push. Why? Because they knew that Gaddafi had the intention that, you know what? We think that if we are able, as the continent, when the AU, instead of the OAU, they formed the AU, reformed the AU, the African Union, and they think that the best way forward was to now have, Libya or Africa itself generating its own loans and giving it to its own people, and they're using it. Africa will be self-sufficient, and that will be the end or the power or what the West could have done. But what do we see? They instigated and they got rid of Gaddafi. And this is the problem that we have now. So instead of somebody like this, who are Paul Biya, who's been in power time immemorial, as I said before Abraham, and is still there and crashing every dissent. And meanwhile, you see that it's not like your people are living the life of opulence and everything is good for them, but you see people suffering there. Then you ask yourself the question, what is he still doing there? Are you still think that he's got the best ideas? If you've got the best ideas, how many years have you been there? Well, la. Listen as a Starr Radio UK, 11:42 the time. As I said, the next 80 minutes we'll bring the program to a close, but wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Because you know what? I'm going to make sure I bring you everything that you got to know. You will enjoy it as well. But if you want to hop in to share your take, feel free. Just post it on our Facebook page or YouTube channel, and I'm sure I'll tell you what. I'm going to share it. I'm going to read it out. Or if you want to call me, it's 0208-133-2257. You can text me as well, 075-3966-1744, 075-3966-1744. Get in touch with me. Okay. And X. For X, our holder is at Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. All right then, let's move on. Let me bring you this one quickly. Now, Kenyans on Wednesday welcomed the government decision to halt plans to deploy at least 1,000 police officers to Haiti following the unprecedented violence that erupted in the Caribbean nation. Kenya had agreed last October to lead a UN-authorized international police force to Haiti, but the country's top court in January ruled this was unconstitutional, in part because of a lack of reciprocal agreement on such deployment between the two countries. Nairobi resident Lamek Ochen said he was not surprised by the court ruling. Our children who were going to be killed outside in Haiti now are safe, he said. And looking at everything that is going on there, even how prepared and how properly armed would they have been? They will be looking at the fact that if they go, when they go for international missions like that, when they my apologies. The police or the officers who go for these programs earn more money than they'll be earning if they live in that part of the world. So we have those who were in the UN mission, those who were in the Middle East, and a few of them. All that I remember. I've got good friends who were going there, Kenyan soldiers, and those who went to Liberia. I had a friend who died. He was a soldier who died there. What they called him Major. I forgot his other name. He lived in the Burma camp as well and all that. So they know that they make some good monies from that. However, this wasn't what looks like what's going to happen when it comes to Kenya, and that is why the court ruled that, well, the law. And I thought people would be upset by that. No, lo and behold, people are actually celebrating that. They are so pleased about that. Okay. All right then, let's move on to some other stories making the round. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take one story from Ghana. The producers of Ghana Card Margins Group have hailed the issuance of unique numbers to newborns as part of the National Identification Registry. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will later today launch the policy, which will see every newborn issued with a unique number until it attains 15, when a card will be issued. Now, speaking to the media after visits by members of the Committee on Subsidiary Legislation and Defense and Interior, Deputy CEO for Margins Group, Kwesi Atta Baden, explained the numbers will be linked to details of mothers, which will help eliminate phenomenon of missing babies. Now, when you are a woman, you are pregnant, you will sign in a number, and after you are giving birth, your child's details are linked to the mother's details. The child's detail and the special number that was issued to the child are going to be attached to the mother's biometric. So the things and days of people stealing other people's babies at the hospitals are going to be a thing of the past, Mr. Atabedin stated. Really, we are here, advanced countries where everything is digitalized and stuff like that. I mean, they still steal people's babies. Talk less where you can just take the baby, you can be there, I just give birth there, blah, 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 and all that stuff. What do you think about that? But well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, they are doing something about that, so why not? Why not? Let me say that. Let me give that. Now, one other story from Ghana, and then we come to other parts of the world, and then come to the UK, and then we round up the program. Continuation of the murder trial of Daniel Seydu, affectionately called Sexy Don Don, has been truncated after the High Court in Accra was informed that the first accused is seriously committed. Seydu, who is standing trial for the murder of late Joseph Boachidankwa Edu, was suspended in court as his lawyers, led by Yao Dankwa, were expected to continue with further cross-examination on the 8th prosecution witness DSP Augustus Nkrumah. However, when the case was called before Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo on Tuesday, March 12th, Sexy Don Don, who is in the first accused, was absent. Officers from the Nsawam prison who were in charge of their presence in court said the first accused was seriously ill. He that's Seydu, was seriously vomiting. I went there to the health facility this morning, and a drip was on him. So when I get back, I will check on him. The office was told. But how many years on? Wonderful. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now bringing you a couple of stories, and then we bring the program to a close. As I walked around Rovsk, two things strike me about these two 60 miles towns, 60 miles from Moscow. First, there is almost no sign of the presidential election coming up this weekend. I see a few election banners or billboards and no political flyers being handed out. Not surprisingly, really, the The absence of election preparation mirrors the absence of drama surrounding a stage-managed event that will hand Vladimir Putin a fifth term in the Kremlin. The other things you can't help noticing in Brovsk is the street art is everywhere. Much of it has been created by street artist Vladimir Ovchinkov. All over town, his work stares down from walls and buildings. Most of his paintings are uncontroversial, like the giant globe recounting the town's history or the image of famous footballer. Increasingly, though, when Vladimir paints a picture of today's Russia, it turns out very dark. I call this one pinnacle of ambition. The 86-year-old artist said that the painting he's showing at home features a man in a martial arts uniform walking a tightrope over a mountain of human skulls. This is what the ambition of someone high up in power can lead to. Well. So, we'll be telling you more about the election that's going to be taking place. But somebody say, obviously, Putin is going to win. Hands down. Whether you like it or what, you hate it. Okay, I'm moving on straight to some other stories as well. Hundreds of people have been rescued from a scam center in Philippines that made them pose as lovers online. The police said they raided the center on Thursday and rescued 383 Filipino, 202 Chinese, and 73 other foreign nationals. The center, which is about 100 kilometers north of Manila, was masquerading as an online gambling firm. They said Southeast Asia has become a hub for scam centers where the scammers themselves are often entrapped and forced into criminal activity. Young and tech-savvy victims are often lured into running these illegal operations, which ranges from money laundering, crypto fraud, to so-called love scams. The latter are also known as big butchering scam, named after the farming practice of fattening pigs before slaughtering them. This typically start with the scammer adopting a fake identity to gain their victims' affection and trust, and then using the illusion of a romantic or intimate relationship to manipulate or steal from the victims. This often happens by persuading them to invest in fake schemes or businesses. Well, they've been rescued. What else? What next for them as well is a story that is making the rounds. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll be bringing the program to a close pretty soon, but wherever you are, don't touch the dial. The U.S. House of Representatives has passed a landmark bill that will see TikTok banned in America. It will give the social media giant Chinese parent company ByteDance 6 months to sell its controlling stakes, or the app will be blocked in the U.S. While the bill passed overwhelmingly in a bipartisan vote, it still needs to clear the Senate and be signed by the president to become law. Lawmakers have long held concerns about Chinese influence over TikTok. TikTok is owned by Chinese company ByteDance, founded in 2012. Beijing-based firm is registered in Cayman Islands and has offices across Europe and the US. If the bill does manage to secure approval in the Senate, President Joe Biden has promised to sign it as soon as it lands on his desk, which could prompt a diplomatic spate with China. But ByteDance will have to seek approval from Chinese officials to complete a forced divestiture, which Beijing has vowed to oppose. Foreign Minister spokesperson Wang Wenbin said the move will come back to bite the U.S. Now, Mike Gallagher, a Wisconsin Republican who co-authored the bill, said the U.S. could not take the risk of having a dominant news platform in America controlled or owned by a company that is beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. Now, Chinese companies are subject to a national security law requiring them to share data with the government on request. Now, TikTok has tried to reassure regulators that it has taken steps to ensure the data of its 150 million users in the US has been walled off from the ByteDance employees in China. TikTok chief executive Zhou Zichu said the company was committed to keeping its data secure and the platform free from outside manipulation. Oops. Well, what about if we get what do you call it? Russia hacking in there? What would they do? Okay, one other story quickly, then we come to the UK. The Dutch anti-Islam populist leader Geert Wilders has abandoned his bid to become prime minister despite his party's dramatic victory in the 2023 election. He said, "I can only become prime minister if all parties in the coalition support it." That was not the case, he wrote on X. His Freedom Party, the PVV, won the most votes last year, but needed support of other parties to form a coalition. Now, talks continue with 3 other parties on the shape of a new government. The negotiator leading the latest round of talks, which concluded on Tuesday, is due to share his report with Parliament today. Listeners, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. A 17-year-old boy has admitted killing a schoolgirl who was stabbed at a bar stop in South London, specifically, let me put it, in Croydon. Elaine Andam, 15, was attacked on Wellesley Road in Croydon in September as she made her way to school, the Old Bailey heard. The teenage boy, who cannot be named because of his age, pleaded guilty to her manslaughter but denied murder. The plea was not accepted by prosecutors, and a trial is set to take place in November at the same court. The boy also denied possessing a blade in a public place. So what did he use in stabbing her? He didn't have the knife on him. Now, Elaine had met 2 female friends before she was fatally stabbed, the court held. It is alleged by the prosecution that her attacker, wearing a mask and glove, removed a large knife from his waistband and stabbed Elaine repeatedly, the hearing was told. As he left the scene, others attempted to administer first aid, but she could not be saved. The defendant was arrested in New Addington later that morning, the court was told. Prosecutor Alison Morgan Casey previously said the prosecution alleged a brutal attack. In an eulogy at a funeral in November, read by his aunt Sylvia, Elaine was described as a remarkable and multifaceted individual with an infectious enthusiasm for all things good and beautiful. Once again, may I say, may her soul rest in perfect peace. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. New extremism definition unveiled by government. So, yes, I think it's going to go down in the Oxford New Dictionary, or what's the other one that we use? Yes, on Google and all that. Yeah? Ministers have unveiled a new extremism definition under which certain groups will be blocked from government funding and meeting officials. It will apply to, but not criminalize, groups that promote an ideology based on violence, hatred, and or intolerance. The Community Secretary Michael Gove said a surge in extremism since the Israel-Gaza war posed a real risk to the UK. Civil liberties advocates, communities, groups, and MPs have criticized recent government rhetoric on extremism. The government's independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, Jonathan Hall, has warned the new policy could undermine the UK's reputation because it will not be seen as democratic. It is not known which groups the government proposes to label as extremist, though it has promised to publish a list in the coming weeks and suggested Islamists and neo-Nazis will be targeted. Zahra Mohammed, the head of the Muslim Council of Britain, said the definition will lead to the unfair targeting of Muslim communities. The government has already curtailed its engagement with the MCB, Britain's largest Muslim group, and restricted its contacts with various departments. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak stood outside Downing Street and said there were forces here at home trying to tear us apart. Discussing pro-Palestinian protests that have taken place since the Hamas attacks in Israel, he said, on too many occasions recently, our streets have been hijacked by small groups who are hostile to our values and have no respect for our democratic tradition. Under the new definition, which comes into force today, extremism is a promotion or advancement of an ideology based on violence, hatred, or intolerance that aims to 1. Negate or destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of others. 2. Undermine, overturn, or replace the UK system of liberal parliamentary democracy and democratic rights. Or 3. Intentionally create a permissive environment for others to achieve the results in. The previous definition, introduced in 2011 under the Prevent strategy, describes extremism as vocal or active opposition to fundamental British values, including democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, the mutual respect and tolerance of different faiths and beliefs. The government says the new one is narrower and more precise and will help clearly articulate how extremism is evidenced in behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to bring the program to a close for today. God willing, tomorrow we're going to come your way with the Friday edition of the morning show. This evening, you have KB Bossman coming your way with Property Hour Show and Baby Clement, a repeat of the BB Means Business show that took place this Tuesday. However, well, wherever you are, I want to say enjoy your day and keep safe. All right, it's been me, Archie. Let's enjoy this song from the Zongo man himself. He said, well, when it comes to Africa or Nigeria, well, the criminals are saying they want dollars, yeah? But the Zongo man says, where is the dollar? We're all supposed to have some dollars, but where is the dollar? When that song ends and you don't hear from me, Archie say, have a top of the day. And until I come your way tomorrow, bye-bye.
$10 and one man no get. Hey, hey, hey. 10 men share $10 and one man no get.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Where is the dollar? Where is the dollar? Where is the dollar?
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Where is the dollar? Give gorilla bananas.